morning, y'all. So got our checked in and we're gonna go get our dock door right now, and then as soon as we get the green light, he said we're ready to roll out. So the door's open so you can check inside the trailer on the way out. So check back in a sec. All right, we are looking for door 260. Fortunately, all these trucks just pulled in. There was nobody at the gate until after we just started checking in, then all these trucks started pulling up. The freaking sign when you're pulling in says park and walk bills to guard shack. None of these dudes have done that. So now I gotta wait in this line of trucks to get through the damn gate. We are looking for dock door 260. I see 249, 250, so we're definitely heading in the right direction. Here's 260. 260 is right here. All right, we just opened the doors and put the paperwork and the seal inside the back of the trailer. We're gonna slide our tandems now and then disconnect from the truck. Alright, so we're already backed up to our dock. Now we gotta disconnect our airlines. Put our landing gear down. Check and make sure we're back far enough. When these prime trailers dump all the air, the trailer likes to move forward. Nope, we're good. So then we just pull the fifth wheel pin and pull forward 5 feet and wait for a green light. So I'm sitting here waiting for my dock door light to turn green. And I'm reading the little paper that they gave me when I checked in. I can't believe they actually have to put set parking brake. Like, really? That right there should tell you the state of the trucking industry. When a professional truck driver has to be told, set parking brake. That means that it had to happen enough times that someone forgot to set their parking brake and their truck rolled off because you have to disconnect from the trailer, that their truck rolled off and caused an accident. Ridiculous. Well, just waiting on that light right there to turn green, and we can hook back up and roll out. So we finally got empty here at our receiver with the 90, and these assholes left all kinds of trash in the trailer. They threw a stack of like broken, busted, rusted up load locks in the back like I was gonna take them with me. So I took everything out and leaned it up against the wall, and I blew out the trash that they left inside the trailer. And the guy opens the roll-up door and he's like, "Hey man, you can't do that here." And I says, "Your guys' trash shouldn't have left it." He's like, "Oh, those are your load locks." I said, there was no load locks in this trailer when I opened up the doors. And he's like he had no response. And he's like, "Well, you can't blow out your trailer here." And I was like, "Well, you just charged me $165 lumper fee for me to sit here for 5 hours. So it is what it is, bro. If you guys don't want drivers blowing out your trash on your property, don't charge the lumper fee." He just closed the roll-up door. He didn't have shit to say. Oh, fuck this place. They wouldn't let me do a drop and hook. After I sat here for like almost 2 hours. I went, because I'm not attached to the trailer, I went and drove back to the guard shack. And the guard shack was like, "Dude, can I just do a drop and hook since this is taking forever?" I was told that it was only going to be an hour and a half, 2 hours. It's already been 2 hours. You guys haven't even started on my trailer. And he goes, "Oh no, you're already in the system as a live unload, so you have to get live unloaded." And I said, "Well, do you know what's causing the holdup? Like, I see trucks that came after me leaving before me." And he was like, "I don't know, man." So I went back to the trailer and, "Oh, wouldn't you know, the light's red." So hanging out, waiting for the light to turn green. The light finally turns green, and then it goes right back to red. And then I get an automated message saying that, "Oh, there's a lumper fee and all that crap. Deal with all that crap." That took like an extra 30 minutes. And then we had the incident with the cleaning out my trailer. Like, don't try to throw and leave all your trash in my trailer and then get upset when I clean it out on your property. Now, there was a trash can down the row by the porta potties. I picked up all the big pieces and threw them in the trash, but like all the little pieces of wood and the dirt and dust and trash and shit, and all the load locks stayed right there by the door. Try to give me your trash. Sorry for the language. I'll blurp that out. Ridiculous. So we're already hella late for picking up the next load. It's a drop and hook, so there's a big ass window, but the plan to pick it up early and get on the road early is just out the window. So let's get checked out at this guard shack and see what's popping. Okay. All right. Parked last night. All right, update, y'all. We are here at our pickup. It's a JBS in Pittsburgh, Texas. We got here like at the perfect time, so kind of worked out. As I was checking in, the yard jockey was bringing my preloaded trailer over to the drop yard. But unfortunately, wah, 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 it's a 1.6 trailer. I haven't inspected it yet. I literally just hooked up to it. So let's get this trailer inspected and hopefully get down the road. Just as I suspected, it's a 1.6 trailer. And of course there's something wrong with it. So, I don't know if y'all can hear that. There's a massive air leak. I can hear it hissing out. The airbag system and everything is already fully inflated. So there's an air leak. And on top of that, this trailer is like going flat. That's trailer tire. You compare the two. And whoever brought it here was driving it with it flat because the sidewall is all chewed up. You come around to the other side and same thing. The front tire is basically flat. And it's not all the way flat, but can't drive the trailer like that. And you can see on this one too, same thing. The sidewall's all chewed up from driving it with the tire low, really low on air. So, never fails. All right, we are done for the night. It's actually the next morning. I just needed to make a little outro video for this this day's vlog. Got with Road Assist about the tires being basically flat, and they said, oh, give it like 30 minutes and the auto inflation system should fill them back up, ignoring the fact that there's an issue because the tires are flat. Like, obviously there's something going on for two tires to be flat. But I'm like, okay, whatever. Hit the road, drove about 45 minutes, 50 minutes, pulled off the side of the road. Couldn't find, I'm in the middle of nowhere, Texas. Like, there's no truck stops, rest areas. I actually passed one Shell gas station that had truck diesel lanes, but it didn't come up on any search. Like, I even Google searched, like Google mapped truck stop, and it didn't pop up. And I was already going too fast to try to make the turn to pull in there. So I finally I pulled over on the side of the road right before getting on the highway. And the tire on the passenger side inflated back up. The one on the driver's side, the one in the rear, it still looks flat. Like, even this morning I got out and checked and it still looks flat. So I messaged Road Assist again. It's been like 20 minutes since I messaged them. They haven't got a response, and I'm rolling out in like 5 minutes. So if they don't get back to me by the time I roll out, like, I'm just gonna roll out. If I get a blowout on the side of the road, like, it is what it is. Because I try to get the situation assessed and fixed before I left the shipper, and they just said, oh, just drive for 30 minutes. The inflation system will fill it back up. So, I don't know. I think I'm gonna have a sit down chat, conversation, whatever you want to call it, with the manager of the company, Matt, little guy. I think he's a manager. I'm not 100% sure what his exact title is. I know he's like the driver liaison manager, recruiter, but he's who we go to instead of bothering the owner, because the owner's like super busy. And it's not that we can't. I have Chris's cell phone number, the owner of RST's number, in my phone. I could call him directly, but he's a very busy man. You know, when I spent time at the terminal for my orientation, it was just me and him doing the orientation, and he was getting phone calls after phone calls after phone calls, like from drivers, from insurance companies, from companies wanting to get their business for fleet maintenance. Like, he was getting blown up the whole time I was doing orientation. And then when I was swapping trucks from the 8004 Freightliner to this Freightliner, because the other truck kept breaking down, I was at the terminal for like a day or two, something like that, and there's air conditioning inside the building. It's Houston, and it's like not even fall yet, so it's hot. So when I was done swapping all my stuff from one truck to the other, I was hanging out inside, and I wasn't trying to eavesdrop, but I could hear the conversations he was having. And he'd be talking to somebody on the phone about like insurance or whatever, and he would finish that call and it wouldn't even be a full minute and his phone would be ringing again with like a driver with an issue or whatever. So, and then on top of that, he does all of the day-to-day operations for the company himself. His wife does all the payroll and all that stuff, so he's busy. I don't want to bother him, is what I'm trying to get at. And that's where Matt comes into play, and that's why Matt's now in the office, so we can get with him and not have to blow up Chris's phone. So I'm gonna get with Matt and see what my options are for either switching to flatbed or what we got going on other accounts or whatever, because I'm just so fed up with this prime trailers, these prime reefer trailers. If I'm not having problems with the trailer, I'm having problems with communication issues between dispatch and sales, or nights and weekends, and I'm just getting fed up with it. Like, it's super frustrating. Like, it's almost like clockwork. Like, I'll have 2-3 really good weeks, a couple of things will go wrong, you know, get a bad trailer or whatever, but I'll have a really good week money wise or income wise, and so it kind of nulls out all the BS. But then we have weeks like this week that we just had, that it's just a hell week, everything goes wrong, and I don't make any money. Like, I make enough to break even, or like, you know, company money in my pocket, like, because of all the crap and delays and drama and bull crap that I've dealt with. And it's not just Prime's fault. I mean, it's refrigerated trucking. Like, all the shippers don't seem to like give a crap about getting you loaded on time. Versus if I switch back to flatbed, I think I obviously won't be doing as many drop and hooks. So if I get a good trailer, I'll have it for a while. Or if I get a bad trailer and get it fixed, I'm gonna have it for a while. Like, the last time I had a trailer with a bunch of problems and I put it in the shop and got it fixed at like a TA, the next day I had to drop it. So it's like I wasted all that time getting the damn trailer fixed and making it good just to drop it and get another trailer. So I figure with flatbed I won't be dealing with that. Flatbed, I mean, I obviously never pulled flatbed for Prime, but every other company, like, I pull flatbed at Landstar, I pull flatbed at Mountain Truck Lines, and there's wait times to be loaded, but not like refrigerated. Like, the wait times for flatbed is not the same. At least I don't know about Prime, but when I did flatbed, you know, when you're waiting to get loaded or unloaded, you have stuff to do anyway. Like, you need to get your tarps out or roll your tarps up if you're getting unloaded. You need to undo your straps or get your straps ready. Like, you have stuff to do while you're waiting to get loaded. So the sitting around and waiting isn't as long, but also on top of that, like, you got stuff going on, so the time flies. Versus when you're doing refrigerated freight and you're sitting at a dock door for 9 hours, like, and a lot of these refrigerated places, they don't have bathrooms right now for us to use. They're porta potties, and everybody knows porta potties are freaking disgusting. So I really think I want to go do flatbed. Like, I think I'm going to get a hold of the driver manager that we use for the flatbed guys and have a talk with him and see if that's something that I really want to do. And then I think I'm going to have a talk with Matt and see if that's something that I can do, because this Prime refrigerated just, it's driving me nuts. And like clockwork, like, I'll have 1, 2, maybe 3 good weeks, and then like clockwork, here comes hell week. And the hell weeks have been becoming more and more often than the good weeks. And it's driving me freaking nuts. I can't do it. But I'm gonna end this video here because I gotta now start recording the video for today. I got to this rest area last night and I was just tired. I didn't feel like editing or making an outro. Figured I'll just do it in the morning. No big deal. But y'all be safe out there and keep the shiny side up, and I'll check y'all later.